Amanda here. Thank you so much for joining me. So I have designed a small folio. So my Ko-fi subscribers will get the cutting and scoring guide absolutely free. You can follow along with the tutorial that's going to be the second half of this video, and you know, see how it's done. You can follow along using your own measurements. So the idea of this was, we did the lovely journal. Okay, if you've not seen this, have a look back through my videos. It's absolutely stunning. And I don't know about anybody else, but I seem to have a lot of leftover scraps, but there were smaller scraps. So I thought, let's design a smaller folio. We've been doing some larger folios. Those are available to purchase and over on the Ko-fi membership group for free. And I thought I'd do a smaller project, as I say, with the intention of using up my scraps. So what I'm going to be doing, if you want to follow along, I'm going to do a tutorial on this, second half of this video, and then either tomorrow or the next day there's going to be a container. Because what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make one of these every month for 12 months to fit alongside my journaling joy, because we do a journal a month. Every month we're doing it for 12 months. We've done 3 so far. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make one using December's collection, one using January's, this is February's. Then in March, when I do my journal, I'll make March's, so on and so on. And then they will store in the box that I'm going to design to give you 12 months of mini folios. This holds, believe it or not, it's it's cute, little in your hand. It holds 25 photos. So it packs quite a punch, and it's so simple. So if you want to follow along and make this, if you are one of my Ko-fi members, the cutting and scoring guide is already up on the site for you with a download link so that you can download this, okay, and follow along. If you're a non-member and you want to follow along, you can just have a, follow along with the tutorial, do it in your own sizes. Or what I may be doing is, when I have finished designing the box, when I've worked out what size it needs to be, I will put the box and this up for sale on my Ko-fi for a small fee, so you'll be able to purchase this, but not today. Okay, so without further ado, let's have a quick look. So as I say, I wanted to design something neat and compact that was quick to make, used leftovers, but packed a bit of a punch. So here we've already got a photo mat, that's 2. Then it opens like so. You've still got this pocket, you could put extra in, but as it stands, there's room for 25 photos. We've got a lovely photo mat and a simple angled pocket there. Okay, here we've got a lovely acetate pocket, okay, with another photo mat. It's quite snug, is that one. Then when you open it, you've got a simple pocket here with 2 photo mats. Obviously you can use both sides. Beautiful, just use my leftovers. Okay, then when this opens, we've got 2 photo mats direct onto the page. Then we've got a waterfall element, very simple, okay, but very effective. Then here we've just got a belly band holding another photo mat. These papers are just stunning, aren't they? Okay, so if you are one of my Ko-fi subscribers, you've got the papers free over there as well. Okay, and then that closes like that, holds all the waterfall elements shut. That goes like that, and you do that, then you close the flip, and it's so simple, just held together there with the photo mat. No complicated closures, no complicated pop out elements, just functional, to the point and simple. So let's get cracking and show you how to make one. Okay, so here is the construction tutorial for Mini Folios 1. So you want to cut all of your pieces according to the cutting guide, which I advise that you print out, and tick off as you do each part so you don't get lost. Okay, so you want piece A1 and B1. Piece A1, fold and burnish the score lines, and then you want your tape on the inside. So where you've folded there, you want the tape on the inside, and we're going to very simply attach this to B1, and that's your first step. So let me remove my tape, and we are attaching B1 onto the first section up to the first score line. straight top and bottom up to the score line, not on it, certainly not over it. Okay, so if you get the top bit layered up fairly straight first and then press it down, the rest should follow. Okay, so from here we're going to work on A1. Okay, ignore that, that's written on upside down. So A2 here is a pocket, and that is going to go on the front of A1. So fold it all flat like so. Okay, cut and score according to the cutting guide. Okay, and we've got scores on 3 sides to construct our pocket. Whoops, a daisy. We're going to burnish them all really well because it just helps it lay flatter. Okay, I'm using tape so that the video goes quicker. I strongly advise using glue. Glue will hold longer. Okay, I will probably go back after the video whilst I'm matting and layering this and check that everything's not coming apart, and in some places go and add glue, but tape is faster for tutorials. So you're cutting across the X in the diagonal, fold them over, make sure they don't overlap. Okay, make sure they don't overlap. All right, that's pretty much okay. Give it another burnish. Okay, you don't have to use black cardstock, it's just what I have lots of, and so that's what I choose to use. I don't like using white card because I end up getting it dirty. And because I try my best to do budget friendly crafting, I don't buy heaps of coloured card, okay, that I'm not going to use. I just choose to use black. So this pocket here is going to go on the front of A, so this is basically your front, up to the first score line on the left hand side, not over it. Okay, so I'm going to turn it that way to help me line it up. You want it flush top and bottom, and you want it just near that score line but not right on it, maybe just a hair width away. Okay, and then press, and that's that section done. Okay, so now we're going to turn it into the inside, and we have another pocket. So this is piece A3, so that's A1, A2, we're now on A3. So cut and score according to the cutting guide. Okay, and then what I've done here is I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut across where the score lines intersect. Okay, what you can see where we've got an X there. We're cutting straight across the middle on the diagonal, and when they fold over, they shouldn't overlap. With that closed like that, with those folded, you want to measure 2 inches and make a mark, and then 2 inches from the bottom, make a mark, join them up, cut it off. That will give you a nice angled pocket. I'm just going to do mine with scissors. You can do it on your trimmer, whatever, and that just gives you that nice angled pocket. Okay, so then I'm just going to really squeeze and burnish that so it sits down nicely. Remove my tape, checking them in shot. Checking them in shot. And then this here, okay, so you've got your sticky down the side and sticky on the bottom, is going to go flush on the corner of A1. Okay, so on the inside of it. So you want to line the corner up first, as flush as you can. Okay, and that's, mine's a little bit, oh, I've committed now. Really try and get it as close to that edge as possible, so it's not, it's all right, it'll still open. Because I've measured it very carefully, it must be really flush against the edge there, so that it's not getting in the way of your fold score. Okay, I've just about got away with that. I could just have done with it being a hair width closer. So take your time over that section, please. Right, so what we're going to do now is, so this is B1, so your B2 sections are waterfalls. Okay, let me just have a think. But you need to put these on after you've attached D1. Okay, because we're going to stick D1 on top of B1. So you need to do, where is it, D1? This bit first. D1. So D1 here, according to the cutting guide, scoring, folding, all of that, your tape wants to be on the outside. So when you fold and burnish, you'll fold inwards like that, and the tape wants to be there, not on the inside, because we're going to simply attach this on top. So this one went behind, this one's going on top, okay? So remove my tape. I'm going to just fold that gusset flat, okay? And I'm going to line that up onto B1 as close to the edge as I physically can. Okay. And straight top and bottom. This is why glue is your friend, because then you've got time to wiggle it. Then when you re-engage that gusset, you will see that it's just a little bit shorter than the B1, okay? So that when it's closed, it's not getting in the way of anything, okay? And then you also want to attach, so that's D1, you also want to attach C1. So much the same process, this is going on the top of B1. So you need your C and your D flaps on before you continue with that. So disengage the gusset so it's folded flat. I'm going to turn it that way. We're going up against that score line, not right on it, just a hair width away, flush top and bottom. Hopefully my mess of hair's not in the shot. Okay, and just double check that you're not over that score line at this side. But by the time you re-engage that 1/8 of an inch gusset, you'll see again you've got a small gap because you've got a small gusset there. Okay, and then that they fold on top of each other. So now you've done those two pieces, we can continue with the B's, which is the waterfall elements. So again, follow the cutting guide, do all your scoring, okay, and all you need to do is remove the tape. Now the key to waterfalls is if you get the first one perfect, the rest will follow. All right, so B2 is going on top of B1. You need to centralize it, okay? If you look, this has been cut smaller than this section. So you don't want it too far over there or too far over there, or it will look wonky. It wants to be in the middle. And this section here with the part folded under wants to go flush with the top. Now I'm actually going to turn it the whole way around so that I can line this scored edge up with this top edge here. Okay, I'm folding it flat and I am looking at both sides to try my hardest to centralise it so it's in the middle. And then it's a little bit off, is that? It's a little bit off. It could have done with being a bit more to that side, but we're not going to massively worry, okay? And then you can add the rest. And you will see that you've got your 1/2 inch there. So this one now wants to go, and you want to butt it right up against the bottom. Don't overlap it or you've got too much bulk. They want to go just underneath. And before you commit, make sure it's straight with the one above. Okay, otherwise you'll end up going like that. Take your time. There's no rush. It's not a race. Alright, take your time. This is a super easy, super fun folio. Perfect if you're a beginner. Perfect if you're a long-standing crafter and you want something quick and easy to make. Okay, quick and easy. And I may well have said in the previous part of the video, I've designed these purposely small so that they are fantastic for using up your scraps. So if you've got scraps left over from making your journals or other folios, these are perfect. You can use your cardstock scraps and you can use your paper scraps. Okay, you don't have to start cutting into large sheets of paper for this. So it's a good little project. Okay, and once you've done one, if you want to follow me and do multiples, again, I may have said in the first part of the video, I'm going to be doing one a month for 12 months using the collections that I give my Ko-fi subscribers. You could make 12 of these. Once you've done one, you can get yourself into a groove. Now, I haven't done a closure here. If you want to, because over time with use, okay, that will lay flatter. You know, the more you use it, the more the paper memory will go, and that will lay flatter. Plus, we've got these closing flaps anyway. All kind of is going to all lock together, so nothing's going to be flapping about. If you want to add a closure here, you can with a magnet or whatever. I didn't want to complicate it for any beginners, so I've left it as it is. Okay, you don't have to put closures on everything. Right, so now we're going to go back to the C section, and you've got C2. What's that? What's it? Yeah, so you've got C2. So the inside of C there, I have just added photo mats direct onto the page. No pockets, no tucks, nothing. And that is so that it's not too bulky for this section here once you've got your photos. So close that section. You've got your C2 piece. Let me just move that out of the way. Fold and burnish on the score lines. Cut across the X. Okay, like so. This is the same process for any kind of pockets. And then make sure that those don't overlap, which they don't. Give it a good squeeze. Okay. Remove your tape or add your glue. Unless you've got really strong, expensive tape like Scorpal or something similar, use glue. Because over time, I know that I'll have to go back and glue these. Right, so this wants to go up against the edge of the C1, up to the first score line. So have a look, top and bottom. Take your time. Mine might all just be a little bit wonky because I'm trying to be quick for the video. Oh, I've not done bad there. Okay, so there you've got a little pocket on C1. All right, give it all a bit of a squeeze. Okay, so that's that section. So now we're on to the rest of the D pieces. So you have got D2, which is a very simple belly band. Now on the measurements on the cutting guide, this is 1.5 inches wide. If you've got a piece in your scraps, look in your scraps before you're cutting into large pieces. If you've got a piece that's maybe 2 inches wide or 2.5 inches wide, leave it at that. Don't cut it down. As long as the length is correct, you can have it wider. So don't. Mine's 1.5 because this was the scrap piece I had. Okay, I think you know what I mean. Use what you've got. You don't have to cut it down if it's not necessary. Okay, but you don't want your piece any wider than about 3 inches. Otherwise, it's going to swallow up the page. So I'm just kind of looking kind of central, but I'm not going to measure it. You can if you like. And I'm going and I'm centralising it because I've cut this ever so slightly smaller than the width of the page so that we're not getting in the way of these folds. Okay, all right, but it's only a small gap so that it won't look daft when you put your paper behind, because you'll lay it behind there with your pattern paper and then you can add a photo mat. So now we're on to D3. This is the only tricky bit and it's going to go on that side. So you've got your waterfalls, you've got the inside of your D pieces. This is going on this side, okay, on the front of D. So this is D3. So cut and score again according to the cutting guide. Fold and burnish. Fold and burnish. And then we're doing a very simple, again, things don't have to be complicated, a very simple acetate pocket. So what you do is you turn it over, okay? And on the 3 sides where you've got score lines, so you've got a score line there, there and there. On those, you measure in 1 inches and make a pencil mark. So from the cut edge in 1 centimetre, 1 inch. From the bottom cut edge up 1 inch. Now from the top you're only measuring in 1/2 inch. Now in case you're new to folio making, the reason we're doing that is because we want a 1/2 inch border all the way around. And when these flaps are in, okay, then that is giving us a 1.5 inch border because these are going to be stuck down. So that's why we're going for 1 inch in here, because you've got your 1/2 inch border and then you've got your flap that's going to be stuck down. Same here. And then from the top you only need 1/2 inch because there's no flap. Just in case you don't understand the rhyme or reason for why we've done that. So then you want to get a blade and you want to cut along those lines. Where's my pencil? Along those lines with a cutting knife and a non-slip ruler, and we're going to cut all of that away. Now I'm not going to do mine on camera because I've just looked and my blade needs changing, so I'll be back in a minute. Yes, that's my window cut. Now I'm going to give you a couple of tips when it comes to cutting out windows. So one thing I've started doing that I saw another creator do, can't remember who it was, that's not terribly straight, I'm going to tidy that up. Before you start cutting, where those pencil marks meet in the cross, poke a hole with a pokey tool. Then that helps you, you can put the nib or the very fine end of your knife in that hole. When you're using a ruler, make sure it's non-slip, okay? It has to be non-slip, because if you slip when you've got a craft knife in your hand, that's not going to be good, is it? And then take your time. What I would also say is make sure you press very firmly down on your knife, even if it's non-slip, because they can move. Take your time, okay? Take your time, because the last thing you want to do is slip and have to do it all again. Make sure your blade is as sharp can be, okay? You can do it with scissors. So you could go in when that's still in there. Where is it? Is that it? You could go in with your scissors. You could poke a hole in the middle, go in with your scissors, cut up to each corner, and then cut along the line. You don't have to use a knife. A knife's just easier. Okay. So then we need our acetate, which is here. So I've given you the acetate size, okay, and it's going to fit nicely in there. You want to use skinny tape, okay, I think this is 1/4 inch. Is it 1/4 inch? 1/4 inch tape. And I've used white tape on purpose so that you can see. When you're adding your tape, you want to make sure that you're not going to see that tape on this side of your window, okay? So put it as close to the cutting edge as possible. And then what I do is I'll remove one side, like so. And then I remove half of the 2 long sections and fold it over, hopefully in shot, okay, and then I'll go in with the part where the tape's still on, okay, and I'll line that bit up, yeah, like a trial run. You want to make sure you're nice and centralised and you're not over any of the score lines, okay. So now I can remove that and remove that. And I've just got to lift this bit up and remove this. You can use glue with acetate, but use some strong tape. It will just be a lot less stressful, because if you start and get glue on the acetate, then it looks messy. So here is one place where I will say do use tape, okay. It's perfectly fine. So then we're going to do the same as we would with any other pocket. We're cutting across those X's at the bottom. Okay, we're going to fold those 2 over. Make sure they're not overlapping. Mine are a slight little bit, so I'm just going to go and nick a bit more off. There we go. There we go. Now here, you know, you've got a bit of extra bulk with that acetate, so you want to really fold those in and give them a really good squeeze. I know I say it all the time, but burnishing is life. Right, so let's bring our folio back in. So D1, so we've got the belly band on the inside, we're going on the outside. To make my life easier, I'm just going to flip the whole thing so that D1 is flat on the deck. Okay, I'm going to remove my tape from, I'm just going to remove it from all 3 sides. Just take your time, okay, take your time. So again, this wants to be flush with the bottom because it's been measured to exactly the same height. So if you don't have it flush with the bottom, it's going to stick out at the top. And you want to make sure it's not going over this score line. So try and get it flush with this edge if you can. So I'm just going to turn it around that way. Okay, I'm going to line the corners up first because I really do rather like this to be right. So if I just line my corner up, and then I'm lining that side as flush as I can with the edge. I'm a little bit off, but never mind. Okay, and then push it all down. All right, and then that is your acetate pocket. So then that will fold in like so, that folds in like so, that folds in like so. Now we're going to add a flap on the back, which is going to be our closure flap. So that is piece E on the cutting guide. So all you need to do is remove the tape. Okay, and this is going to go to the back of, what's it going on the back of? So on the very back of the B. Okay, so you've got that folded, get in. You've got that folded, it's just going to go on the back here. Okay, so we're going to attach that to the back. So line it up top and bottom. Okay, take your time because you don't want to be right on the, that's it. You don't want to be right on the, in fact, it's probably easier if you just lift your folio up with everything shut. Okay, stand it on its end and then do that. Okay, maybe use tape and glue there. Mine's not terribly straight. Mine's a little bit wonky, can you see? I wonder if I can just lift that back and do it again. I don't know if my tape's going to let me. Ha 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 ha. Not straight, I'm not happy. It needs to be straight, otherwise it's going to look rubbish. So I'm going to redo my tape. I was lucky I hadn't smoothed it down perfectly. Okay. So even though this is my design and I've made it about 5 times, you know, I still have to be careful. Alright, so again, I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to make sure that that's up against that first score line on there. And I want it flush top and bottom. Yeah. Yeah. And that's about right now. Yeah. Okay, so I've got that in the right place. So now that will wrap around neatly. Can you see? Okay. And this gusset here, when it's engaged, is like so. And then, so you've got that flap. Now I've rounded mine. It's up to you what you do with yours. It's not designed to fold inside. Okay, it's designed to just meet. And then what you do is you get a photo mat. Okay, because it's giving you more photo opportunity. 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And you slide that in there, and that will keep it all closed. Don't need anything complicated. We don't need to have magnets on everything and complicated closures. And that is it. So then you can decorate that. You can add a photo mat in there, as well as when you've closed that and put one on the top. Okay, you can put a photo mat in there the same size as this one, which is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now in this one, it's going to need to be 6 1/4 is fine, but you'll need to trim a small amount off because the pocket's slightly smaller, because that page is slightly smaller. Again here, you know, just cut your mat to whatever size you want. You can have it protruding like that, or you can cut it to the size of your pocket. Here, as you can see on mine, I've done 2 3 by 3 photo placements direct onto the page. Let me find it, like so. So these, are they 3 by 3? I might be lying. Yes, they're 3 by 3, and then I've done 1/2 inch strips either side to make it look funky. Here, you know, just mat and layer how you like. I haven't matted the back yet. I've done, what have I done? I've done 4 by 3, so 3 by 4, just because I wanted this space to have this lovely kind of waterfall picture look here. But you can fill the whole space with a photo. Okay, but yeah, so I've cut these 1/2 inch strips from one sheet of paper and then staggered them on each piece, so that then when it's closed you can see the full picture. Okay, So go and have some fun. This one, you know, I fussy cut this lady, stuck her on some black cardstock and cut it out again. It's just the easiest way of doing it. And the photo mat, you just need to cut to size to fit your pocket. And we're good to go. We're done. That's all lovely jubbler. Okay, so like I say, if we make multiples of these, one for every month, it's using up your leftovers, and you're going to have a catalogue of 12 months of mini folios, 25 photos in each. That's plenty of documentation for your year, and you can pick them out month on month and store your photos monthly, print them out on your phone. You know, 25 photos is not an overwhelming amount to store and document, and then you're going to have a big box at the end of the year. Or you can just make one and leave it as it is. It's up to you, but that's how it's done. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.